Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's Saturday, Slashback Saturday. This is the segment created by my good buddy, Joe the Horror Man, where he picks a theme, and we watch a slasher movie based on that theme and do a review. Now, this week's theme is clowns. Now, it doesn't have to be killer clowns, although if that's picked, then that's fine, but just a clown that's in a movie. Could be a small part, could be a big part, could be a killer, could be an innocent bystander. And this week, I picked Santa Sangre. Actually, Joe and Dave picked it for me, but I'll get into that in a minute. Santa Sangre translates to Holy Blood, and it is a 1989 film which runs, depending on which cut you watch, mine is 123 minutes, and I'll explain that as well. Now, this is written and directed by Alejandro Jodorowsky. He was responsible for El Topo, The Rainbow Thief, and Endless Poetry. Now, this stars Axel Jodorowsky as Phoenix. He was in Miss Bolero and The Dance of Reality. Blanca Guerrera as Concha. She was in The Zone, Bad Girls, and she had a small part in Clear and Present Danger. And finally, Guy Stockwell as Orgo. Now, unfortunately, Guy Stockwell passed away on February 6th, 2002, at the age of 68. He was in Grotesque, Airport 75, and Boo Guest. And he also did a bunch of TV. Now, this is a Mexican film, and the budget on this film was $787,000. And as I was saying before, there are two cuts of the film. There is a rated R cut, which runs approximately 120 minutes. This one is the NC-17 cut, which runs approximately 123 minutes. Now, the reason why Joe and Dave kind of picked this out for me is because we were talking last Friday on the stream, and they were talking about, even before I think we found out what the next theme was, about Santa Sangre. Now, I originally picked this up from Black Friday, from Severance Black Friday sale last year, and had yet to watch it. I basically picked it up because I knew I'm pretty sure it was Christian from Jen's Reviews from the Grave, said that this was one of his favorite films. And when I heard Dave and Joe talk about it, I really wanted to watch it. So, being our first time watch, I asked Joe if it would fit the theme, and he said yes. And it does, because there are clowns in it. Now I'm going to get to it's a very weird film. It's an art film, but I absolutely loved it. I thought this film was brilliant. So I'm going to get into a brief synopsis. In the beginning of the film, this tells a story of Phoenix, actually throughout the entire film. Phoenix is in a mental institution. Then it goes back to his childhood and tells you kind of what put him in the mental institution. Now, Phoenix was involved in the circus. His mother was one of the acts, and his father was the ringleader, the guy who makes the announcements. At least that's who I think he is. He also throws knives. He did that sort of thing. So, Phoenix was a magician for the circus, and he was pretty good. His mom was also part of his act as well. So, he sees his father messing around with one of the circus girls. It's the tattooed lady. And his mom catches him, and she goes crazy on him. She pours acid all over his junk. And he, in turn, takes two knives, machetes, or whatever, and cuts off both of her arms. That's basically why Phoenix is in a mental institution, because he sees all this take place. Now, years later, he escapes from the mental institution and starts picking people off from the circus one by one. That's as far as I'm going to get into it. There's a lot more to this film, but I don't want to give away things like symbolism and stuff like that. Because, like I said, it's an art film and it has many different layers. This film is definitely like an onion. You can peel it back and it just keeps giving and giving. So I actually loved it. Where's this movie been all my life? Thank you, Joe and Dave, for recommending this, and Christian as well. I absolutely love this film. Uh, it was amazing. I was kind of put off in a way because when I set it up to start watching it, it was 123 minutes. And I was like, wow, it's an awful long for a slasher, but it is worth every every second. I cannot stress this enough. If you have not seen this movie, do yourself a favor. If you don't like art films, you may not like it, but it's still a really, really good slasher. A slasher with a heart. Yeah. But yeah, don't forget to see what Joe picked and what our theme is for next week. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.